Hello, my loves. Welcome to today's reading. So today's reading is a soulmate reading. It was requested. It was also something that I wanted to do for a while now. And for those who are with me since I started, you might notice that I already have a soulmate video. Yeah, that's true. But this is a fresh up, and it's a little bit different. And it has more good stuff to it. It has relationships. It has the way you meet the person. So yeah, maybe you like it, and maybe you want to watch it. That's why you're here. So yeah, in case you're actually wondering what I'm talking about and you're new to this channel, there is another soulmate video, so feel free to check it as well. And if you're new to this concept, the way it works is that you have a couple of piles to choose from. Crystals, piles, depends on the situation. Just try to feel which of these piles or crystals calls your attention the most. They can be a tingling sensation in your chest or your gut. They can be even that your eye is drawn to one pile more than the rest. Or if you have hard time choosing the pile, you can close your eyes and the first pile or crystal to pop in your mind could be the one that calls out your attention the most. If you're drawn more than to more than one pile, that can also happen. That means that perhaps there are messages that resonate to your situation, the third, second, fourth pile. And that can happen because you all guys are individuals with your individual lives. So one pile might speak to you about your soulmate's characteristics to match, and the other one might tell you your love life that corresponds to your situation. So yeah. But yeah, once you're done choosing your pile, feel free to scroll down to the comment section below or to the description box where you will find the timestamps that correspond to each of those piles here. By clicking the timestamp, you're going to be redirected to that reading and watch all about your soulmate of that specific reading, the specific crystal that you chose. Yay! Okay, that's being said, let's introduce the crystals. So we have group number 1, with rose quartz. We have group number 2 with green aventurine. We have group number 3 with carnelian. And we have group number 4 with blue lace agate. So whichever pile calls your attention the most, no need to rush, you can pause the video if you like to. Don't try to overthink it, it might cloud your judgment. That happens to me quite often. If you feel confused, once again, close your eyes, try to relax and see which pile comes to your mind or which crystal pops up in your mind. That might help you. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started, and I will start with group number 1. Hello my loves, welcome to today's reading. So if you chose the rose quartz here, then this is your reading about your soulmate. How it had to look like, the personality, also your relationship, future relationship together, and how you're gonna meet. Yeah, we're gonna go exactly in that order, so we're not gonna look at how you meet and then how you're gonna have your relationship. First, gonna give you spoilers of how your relationship is gonna be like, so you're looking forward and being excited how you're gonna meet. Yeah, it's a weird setup. This is what I decided, so let's just go with it. Okay, so we're shuffling camera. Please get cozy. This might take a while. Actually, nah, this is not might. This is actually gonna take a while. So please get cozy and let's get started. So first, we're gonna have a look into your soulmates. Everything, personality, looks, and so on and so forth. So we have a Temperance as our first card. And then the Hermit. Okay. On the back, we have the 8 of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So one thing I'm getting from this soulmate here is that there might be, of course, it doesn't apply for everyone, so I'm going to give a lot of scenarios, but there might be the shy type and also the quiet type. Also, they might have characteristics that cannot make their mind right away, so they might actually feel confused about making a decision, because when I'm looking at this card, the Page of Pentacles in this deck makes me always think about some sort of decision, material decision, like taking action on something, because Earth energy makes me think about making action, being more practical. And with the 8 of Swords on the back, it makes me think that they're quite confused and they think a lot before they make a choice. Okay. So now to their characteristics. So the Temperance makes me always think about a person who is very calm, very, they have patience. In general, this makes me feel an energy of a very calm person. And quiet, like with the Hermit, yes, and there is an element of solitude, but not in a negative aspect. So basically it makes me think that they're quite, they could be introverted. For the most part, they could be introverted. They feel very comfortable with being on their own space, on their own. And also in terms of the looks, actually, now that I'm getting the information, in terms of their looks, they actually might be having light hair color, lighter tone of skin. One or more of their characteristics might be light. Because looking at those two cards, you can see how the beard of this hermit, this wonderful hermit. I just love how this illustrations are. Anyways, yeah, and the hair on this temperance card, they're both light, so that makes me think about light characteristics. Plus, that very soft energy here makes me think about somebody who is very. It could be both about looks, it could be both about looks and personality, it could be about personality, but in general, an overall more major idea that I'm getting for the majority of you is that this person is, they might have light hair, might have light color of eyes, and they might have a pretty sensual personality. So they might be actually really good at empathy. They might be empaths. They also have a lot of like, they're quite wise. So some of your soulmates might actually be quite wise. Yeah. I'm getting a couple more messages, but we are gonna skip to a couple oracle cards, and I'm gonna then read it all together. So, ambitious. That's nice. So they might be ambitious. On the back we have the patterns and the compassion. So the compassion makes me think again about this empathy that they have. They're sensual, basically. They're calm, sensual, and they're very. I feel like they're also quite romantic once they open up to the person, because I think they need their time to get close to a person. But once they do, I feel like they're quite romantic, actually. The patterns makes me think that they have a hard time of letting go of things. So when they get stuck into some behavioral patterns, they actually might need some time to break off from them. Sometimes they might even go inside themselves of a sort, like in this hermit mode, to take care of that before they actually make a decision. Because as we saw on previous, on the back and the forth of the tarot deck, they need time to make a decision. So they need like to reflect. There was this element of confusion in their decision making with the Eight of Swords, was it? Oh, oops, I missed the card. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Okay, so yeah, they might take some time to break from those patterns. By patterns, it could be like they do a lot of work on themselves. So the Hermit is a card that you can also look at it as a reflection of oneself that you get inside and develop and explore yourself more. Kind of like this wisdom that comes from within of understanding yourself. So this could be also how they deal with situations. Like they try to analyze and understand the situation before they make a decision. So sometimes the patterns, they might need like to withdraw to this hermit mode to break free from them. This could be maybe some unhealthy attachments, some relationships. Maybe they're also somebody who might actually need some time to get to get over a relationship. I think they might need some time to heal, because I think once they are in a relationship, they open up really a lot. Okay, now let's get you one more card. Let's see what else can we see with your soulmate here. Okay, talking about relationships, we got this card. So she who atches, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry for my pronunciation. Sadness, solitude, silent, withdrawal. Remember when I told you right now about withdrawal, about going into your own world to kind of like deal with your own issues with the sadness, kind of like withdrawing and getting solitude? Well, we have a confirming message once again here. What we spoke with you earlier. There's somebody who would withdraw from a situation to kind of get a bit of a glimpse and better understanding of themselves before they make a decision. On the back we have the she who dreams. That is an aspect also because of how their nature is. They're a dreamer. They're a dreamer, and oh, we didn't talk about ambition. We'll go there. But yeah, they're a dreamer. There's somebody who might, with a sensual kind of aspect to them, they dream, they might fantasize about things. They have like a very like the sensible, sensual energy about them. On the back we have she who becomes. So I think they're not just sensual, I think they're also like reflect, and once they make a decision, they go for it. Because this primarily makes me think about the ambition card that we have here, because it's kind of controversial here. We have the she who dreams, which is more about like detachment, dreaming, and then we have the she who becomes, metamorphosis, transcendent journey. So once they have this step of withdrawing from the world, kind of like making, it doesn't have to be that they always withdraw from the world, but point is, they're dreamers, essential nature people, they're empaths, and they are very ambitious. So once they set their mind on something, they will do it. They will go for it. So there is an element of ambition here and even devotion of a sort. So if they make their mind to follow something, they will follow it to the end. And that is, I guess, why they get so hurt if something doesn't work out. And that's why they need some time to process it and deal with it, right? In terms of the looks, once again, I do feel like, yes, light features. Somehow the golden features come into my mind. So maybe they're blonde or something about their eyes. Maybe they have like hazel light eyes. That's just a very specific thing for some of you guys, but yeah, that could be a thing. I am actually thinking of getting you one more card here. I was planning to get more. I might actually go back and forth. As usual, this reading is getting very intuitive, so bear with me. But let's get one card. Oh, okay, that will work. That'll work. What do we do? Good lady. And unexpected money on the other side, fine. On the back we have short illness and then false person. This makes me think about the worries that they have a lot about worries, about like actually worrying, because the short illness with the false person on the other side makes me think that, you know, what we talked with you about, that when they kind of like get out of a relationship, they need their time to recover and process things. I mean, we all do, don't we? But I'm just trying to point out their essential nature in a good way. They're also quite patient. They're quite, yeah, I think I said ambitious, and they're devoting themselves quite well to what they choose because they reflect really deeply on what choice to make. So that I don't think they're carelessly making choices. Maybe in the early years they did, and maybe that's how they changed their patterns to be more thoughtful about decisions and more before they make the big step. It can be a plus, it can be a minus, depending on the situation, but that's how they are. Now we have those two cards here. We have the good lady and the unexpected money. Not the good lady. For some reason, it doesn't matter your gender, it makes me think about you. I feel like they're gonna treat you really well, and this is gonna be a very balanced relationship. So it won't feel like there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings. It won't feel, and now I'm jumping ahead because we will talk about this right now, but I'm kind of getting a glimpse because we're about to go to this next section of our reading. But I'm kind of getting a glimpse that they're going to treat you really well. When I'm looking at this card, I always think about this lady being like in this luxurious dress with this very expensive dog, because I do perceive this breed as a very expensive. Then we have like those little fruits here, flowers, like honey or whatever that is on the back, like a bee here. Like it just makes you feel about all this abundance, all of these things happening around this person. And I feel like this is how they will make you feel. So once they choose to be with you, they will be devoting really a lot. Because I don't think they ever do something half, I want to say something like a word, but it doesn't sound really nice. So they don't do something halfway, let's call it like this. They don't do it halfway. They once they make their mind, they go for it. But the decision making might take a little bit of time. Unexpected money, they might be actually really good at making money, surprisingly. It might look like they're actually just getting money from nowhere, but I think they just thought through, and then they actually all of a sudden start acting on it, and really fast starts coming towards them. But the point is, this person knows how to make money. So I think financial issues, at least in the future, won't be a problem with this person. They're they have a potential of being well off because of how the personality is, by the way. If that's the thing you're interested in. But yeah, quite interesting though. Essential, but yet very ambitious. Like they're very sturdy in their decisions. Okay. I think I'm gonna get you one more card. Now, you know what? Let's move to your relationship. How the relationship is gonna be like, and then we're gonna have a look if I want to add you more cards. Because I really want to, but I don't feel pulled towards any. So that means not yet, not yet. Okay, so let's look at your relationship now. How your relationship is gonna be like. So how is your relationship with this person is gonna be like? Oh, we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, they're really gonna treasure you and express their feelings. And the Two of Cups, how sweet. Oh, you're gonna be very loved. On the back we have the Page of Cups, more water energy. So just let me make it clear, we have tons of water energy. Water is emotions, sensuality. This is this makes me think that there's gonna be so many wonderful feelings, not necessarily So, like more like emotionally deep, like bond connection between your souls. I mean, it's your soulmate technically, but and the back we have again water. Okay, we have a lot of water. Here's the thing that I'm getting here. This person might be a water sign. This part was making me think about water. The temperance sometimes, because of the representation, makes me think about water. But yeah, now it's like crystal clear with all these cups. They might actually be a water sign, because if you have so much emotion and sensuality in your relationship here, so much tenderness, which is shown by the water here, it's very prominent in water signs too. So it could be a water sign. It could be also, oh, actually this we don't use. So yeah, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, lots of emotions. They're really going to be offering their feelings. They're going to be, once they make their mind, once they open up to you, they're going to be there giving you the world, basically. You're going to feel very treasured. You're going to be feeling very loved. So the Knight of Cups, needless to say, in every deck, it makes me think about a person who just comes forward with their feelings. They have so much to offer. They just want to just keep bringing and make you happy and cherish you. And the Two of Cups makes me think about, soulmate connection. The Two of Cups is primarily soulmate connection, and it indicates in a lot of my readings a very bonded friendship. It could be friendship too, but basically a soul connection. So it's not just physical, but it's a soul connection that you feel very connected to one another, on a very mental, spiritual level. And there's going to be a lot of sensuality in this relationship because we only had water so far. There's like a lot of romance. By sensuality, I'm thinking of romance. I'm thinking they're going to show their affection towards you with like little gestures, big gestures, but they will make sure that you feel loved. That's that. Oh, now we're in the hard part when I have no idea which deck to choose for you. Let's go with this spellcasting here, shall we? Okay, let me see how else is your relationship gonna be like, because there's so much sensuality. It's so beautiful. Okay, we have the Boundaries in reverse. That's a good card to get in reverse, and I want to get you one more from this deck. Healing. Oh, on the back we have Reconciliation and Passion. Okay, now the reconciliation. Don't freak out if you're thinking about that's an ex or something. It doesn't have to be. The reconciliation can just talk about, literally, if you believe in past lives and so on, it can talk about just finding your second half, basically your compatible soulmate, basically in this life. So you just like getting back together. It can, in some cases, indicate literally physical reconciliation in the physical world in this life, that you basically know this person and you've been knowing this person. But I'll be honest, for a lot of you, actually, I'm not sure because I didn't really pick on that energy, but give me a second. For some of you, you might know this person from early childhood, teenage years, or maybe like youth years, let's call it like this, whatever that means for you. You might know this person, but you never actually had anything like, in terms of like, you didn't date, or you were not in a relationship, or you're not in that long in a relationship. But basically, I feel like there was some sort of connection for some of you, for the minority. There could have been some sort of connection with this person. This person could be somebody who you've known for a while, maybe, but things didn't work out in between, and then this could be the reconciliation. For others of you, as I said, it could be that you're reconciliating in this lifetime, basically. And the Passion makes me think about passion. If you have such a good understanding, needlessly to say, the more adult part of this reading would be doing pretty well as well. Take it as whatever it means to you guys. Anyways, the Boundaries on reverse, in reverse, and the Healing. So, okay. Look at how those two cards came. And the reason I'm pushing those up is because I want to put you more here. But anyways, the Boundaries in reverse and the Healing. So this person, this person's presence is going to be very healing. I feel like it's going to be very healing for them and for you. Perhaps both of you, one of you, both of you, were going through unsuccessful toxic relationships before, and you come together, if you know this person, once you've been through that. For others, it could be also that you just reconcile with somebody from the past life. If it's a soulmate, obviously, you might have known this person in previous lives. And give me a second. Okay. And this is just a very healing relationship. Another thing that I'm getting here is that this person some of you, so there's a lot of information, so I'm just going to try and put everything out there. For some of you, this person actually, when you meet them, might be recovering from a previous relationship, or you might be. I'm not quite sure what the energy is here, because the boundaries in reverse and the healing makes me think about recovering from something, makes me think about things that didn't work out, but it gets recovered. It could talk about your relationship, because maybe there were boundaries, you know this person, and things didn't work out, and then boom, it kind of works out. It could be talking about your previous other relationships and that you get together with this person. Now, I cannot tell it for all of you guys that you know this person, but some of you might know this person from your early years of life. And for some reason, things didn't work out, and then all of a sudden you come together. Oh, there's a dog in the back. Hope the camera didn't pick this up. But anyways, and then you come together, and this relationship is going to be also really healing. I feel like you, whatever traumas, whatever like unsuccessful experiences you had, this relationship is going to be very healing to you guys. Yeah. I got really confused here. There's a lot that comes from here. So, yeah. I'm probably going to refer back to it a bit later. All right, what else can I get you? Oh, I'm going to get you energy oracle cards, and we're going to see what else can we see. So, how is your relationship? It's going to be like this one. Oh, 7th chakra, the highest of them. So much understanding, so much knowing one another, so much. And the 3rd chakra of solar plexus, which is more about confidence, being sure. Also can be about security. On the back, we have the 4th chakra, with a lot of chakras here, and the angel of strength. 1 second, I'm going to close the window. Okay, with the dogs in the background, I decided that it will be a little distracting. So let's go to our reading. So the 7th chakra always makes me think about this is the highest chakra, this is the crown chakra. In terms of this relationship, it makes me think that there's going to be a lot of understanding in this relationship. There's going to be a lot of it's going to feel very complete and balanced, as I said before, in so many levels. And also it's going to be very secure. So you might end up being with this person in the long term, marrying this person, being with this person long term. But this is like a very, very secure and strong connection. It's built on past experiences, unsuccessful perhaps experiences. It's built on messages that you received through the years. Basically, it's a relationship that comes to you when you both have healed from something, or when you both experienced already some experiences, great English, when you went through stuff in your life. That could mean that this happens basically when you've learned some messages, some lessons, because with the boundaries here and the healing, and this is the time when you meet. Okay, so we have the 3rd chakra, which is about solar plexus, which is about makes me think about security, and then we have the angel of strength, which makes me think about again, security, stable relationship, very secure, very stable, very trusting. There's a lot of trust here, and sensuality, passion too, as we saw before, trust and love, because this is the heart chakra, we have love. So it's a very beautiful relationship, and it happens, I think, after you both have experienced some hurt from your past. Either way, in your own relationship that didn't work out before, or it could be from other experiences, or it could be both, actually. But yeah, I think there will be nothing compared to this relationship. Like, you won't be able to compare this relationship to anything that you had before, because this is so different in so many levels. This will feel like a puzzle that was missing, like one piece of a puzzle that all of a sudden you found it, and it just makes a perfect picture. It just feels right, it just fits, and you, for all those years, you couldn't find it. I'm getting a little bit sentimental here. Let's go to the next pile, next column. Okay, so how are you gonna meet? We had a little bit of spoilers so far, but let's see what else can we see. So how are you gonna meet this person? Okay, 7 of Cups. Interesting. And let's get you one more. And 2 of Wands. All right. On the back, we have the 8 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So how it feels here is that you might meet through a breakthrough point in your life, basically. We had a little bit of hint here, like the time is when you actually overcome something and decide to either way let go of the past. So I'm getting a couple of messages, but I'm gonna just try to summarize it into something that I'm trying to, something more categorized. Anyways, I'm feeling like you might meet this person when you will be starting anew. So when you're gonna leave something behind, perhaps, when you're gonna try and be more honest with yourself, honest with what you want, and start pursuing that. So I think this person will appear on the right moment when you start kind of like a new chapter, or at least you're already making some steps towards that new chapter, or you are in that new chapter. There's something about like letting go of the past and starting something new. It can be for both of you. It can be just for you actually. But we saw here with the Eight of Cups, and it always makes me think about like moving away from something emotionally, just leaving something behind. And the Queen of Swords makes me think about decision making, right? And then we have the Two of Wands, which can indicate new beginnings and being decisive and making a decision between two things. And the Seven of Cups, which can talk about sometimes illusions and kind of tricking yourself, or not being honest with yourself. So I think how the Spirit wants to point this message out here is that you will meet this person when you're being, I guess, more honest to yourself, when you kind of let go of things that didn't serve you right and you move to a new chapter of your life, when you make a decision to leave something behind and to move into something new. For some of you, it could be that you start new studies, new work, maybe you even change places, because the first message that I got when I looked at the Two of Wands was the sea here. Like this specific deck shows it in a different way. It shows, it makes me think sometimes of a vacation or about different countries. So the Two of Wands in this deck makes me think sometimes of, a different location, basically. Right. Okay. Let me get you, what should I get you? I'll get you this one. So how are you guys gonna meet? This one. Wizard of Awareness. And that's interesting since we get it underneath the Seven of Cups, which, again, like being aware of what you want, following, kind of like getting more honest with yourself. And with the number 3, it makes me think that you will be changing even your social circle or your surroundings. So yes, it could be a different country. It could be also a new working place. It could be a new study place. It could be something that involves also people in there, obviously. But it's a new setting. For a lot of you, it could be different. But as some examples, it could be that you're moving to a new country or to your old country if you moved away from it before. It could be that you're starting a job, but you're going towards a goal that is more honest to your true desires, to your own self. And I think you're both meeting when you both kind of have gone through experiences that made you more aware of what you really want in life, like made you leave something behind and make a step towards something new. I think in the particular case of your soulmate, it's more of an emotional part, while for you it could be more about life situation changing, like once again, your work, new environment, some sort of social circle. It doesn't have to be like this. It could be that I'm mixing energies, and it could be the other way around, but take it as it resonates. On the back of the deck, because I didn't mention, we have the Spirit of Place, which again makes me think about like establishing something more stable in a new environment. And then okay, Compass. So yes, it might be that you're changing your environment. That's when you meet them. When you have already decided to change your environment, there's some sort of changes happening within yourself, and that implicates your surrounding around you. Yeah, interesting. Let me get you a Sacred Destiny Oracle card. Let's see. Right. Okay. Oh, there are 2. I'm a perfectionist that goes usually for 1, but fine. Relaxation and enlightenment. All right. What do we have on the back? Opportunity and delight. Okay, maybe pursuing new opportunity, maybe relaxation. I think it's a time. Yeah, you could be actually starting new studies. I'm looking at this book right now. It draws my attention, but it's definitely completing the cycle. I'm looking at the full moon in the back, completing something and moving to something else, and it will make you feel at ease, more at ease with your own feelings, with yourself. You will feel much more relaxed about this choice because you will feel like this is honest to your own desires. So whatever choice you make to change your life around, it won't just bring you the outcome that you expected, but it kind of will bring the soulmate closer to you. Whether you already met this person, but it will be the significant part of development of your relationship is going to happen in that time. For some of you, it could be that you're meeting this person and reconcile if you know this person from before at that point of time, or that you develop a significant final relationship with this person if you know them and they've been around for a bit. Enlightenment, again, about awareness. It makes me think about awareness. Awareness here, being more honest. Enlightenment makes me think about awareness and also about, look at the ship here. Sometimes it makes me think about traveling or just a sense of direction. So I think you're getting a sense of direction either way physically, or I think it's both. You're emotionally, you're innerly changing. You try to be more honest. You try to let go of things that don't serve you right. And at that point of time, you're also might start something physically, like work, once again, like a broken record, but work, perhaps studying, and through that, you're gonna feel, once you feel more relaxed, once you feel more healed, and that applies for both of you, because this is the healing card, and you cannot see it, but yeah, healing card. I hope you still remember it, the reading got really long. But yeah, once you both kind of feel like you're starting to heal, feel more calm, this is how the connection is gonna then escalate, right? Happen or develop significantly, depending on your situation, if you already met this person around. But the point is, you will meet them around that time, yeah, when you start on working on that choice. Okay, that was a bit confusing, I assume. Hope you were still able to understand it. Let me get you 2 more cards of the Moonology cards. See what else can we see about this connection. I don't take reversals, by the way, on this one. So look at the bigger picture, okay? And let's get you one more. This one. And expect powerful change. In the back, we have the answers in are coming, and okay, conclusions are within reach. So you completed a cycle. There is an element of social circle here. The Gemini makes me think about communication, so we have social circle. So there, you'll feel at ease. You'll receive some sort of, you'll be more honest with yourself, and you're gonna make decisions that will put you at ease, basically. Some life choices, some big changes. You're gonna receive awareness, relaxation, like being more honest with yourself. Look at the bigger picture. You will receive awareness towards one situation or several situations in your life, but there is a significant change that you will make, as we can see here. Could be changing also your social circle, but if you're wondering what's this about, or maybe you already know what this change is, maybe you already met the soulmate. But point is, it happens when the conclusions are happening and you kind of decide to change up your life a little bit, be more honest and choose things that serve you right better over things that didn't before. That applies for both of you, by the way. But I think for your soulmate, it's more of an emotional journey. While for you, it's both emotional and kind of like life impacting in terms of your career, something more practical, perhaps like a life choice that you have to make here. I really want to get you more cards. I'm like always obsessed to put more cards. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the monkeys and I'm gonna shuffle you one more card to see what else can we see about your meeting, how you're gonna meet. Sad news, okay. And court. We have a receiving gift and the main person. So I assume this is the receiving gift is the main person, so you will meet them at that point of time. Court and sad news. We did have the boundaries here and like this overcoming something. Interesting. This could refer to you, soulmate. This could refer to you. Once again, it makes me think about changing things up a bit. With the sad news, it could be that you were changing your situation that didn't serve you right. Maybe you will feel very stressed and sad about something in your life, because if you had 1 4 makes it into 5, you're changing that situation. And again, 5 actually. Okay, a lot about changes. So definitely we have like 5 5 here. It's a confirmation that it's gonna happen when you're changing your life up. Throughout that period, I'm not quite sure how long it might take. Oh, also Sagittarius. That can be either way the month that you meet. Then Sagittarius season is so that's around November, December. Yeah, so significant changes could be happening at that point of time, or it could be that one of you guys is Sagittarius or have Sagittarius placement in your chart. That doesn't feel necessarily the case for a lot of you. I don't think that's a very strong message for a lot of you. So the star sign here is not an aspect that's going to be for all of you. But the point here, I guess the cards want to make is that you're twisting your life around with the full moon and the new moon here. Actually, the eclipse, which is even, well, new moon eclipse. Okay. Right. Okay, I do start to get a little bit drowsy. When this happens, means that I'm not going to be able to tell you anything else because I don't see anything else. But I hope you're able to enjoy it. Let me know how this worked out for you. I was trying to put as much information as I could, because you might have seen already, I have already a soulmate video previously done, and I couldn't put everything there, so I was mainly just focusing on the person here. I want to focus on the journey, on your relationship, and on the person. So it was a little bit of a mess in terms of cards. I hope you were still able to enjoy this. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. Also feel free to let me know actually what readings you would like in the future. I'll be making a poll soon, but I really am curious what you guys would like to watch and know about. So let me know that as well. But yeah, hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Almost forgot if you like this video. But yeah, I'll be seeing you in the next reading. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Hello, group number 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the green aventurine stone here, then this is a reading about your soulmate and, well, yeah, all about them actually. We're gonna have a look in everything that has to do with your soulmate, personality-wise, looks and so on and so forth, whatever I pick. Then we're gonna have a look into your relationship together and then how you're gonna meet. So yes, I'm spoiling up a little bit the relationship so you have an anticipation and you are curious on how you meet. So that's why we mix up the order like this. But anyways, get cozy. This will definitely take a while. The first pile, it took quite a long time, probably like half an hour. Get your drink, get your favorite treat, and let's get started. We're shuffling camera, so yeah. Get cozy. Think of the person that you would like to meet. Basically, think just of the soulmate, and let's get started. So group number 2, what is your soulmate like? High Priestess, nice. And the Ace of Pentacles, interesting. On the back we have the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Now here, what I'm thinking about this person is quite extroverted. Even if they're not, they're quite good with people and sociability. I think they're a social person. The Eight of Wands on the back and the Knight of Swords here makes me think that they're, somehow I'm picking that it could be an air sign. And I'm almost feeling that they could be really good with social circles. They're ambitious. I'm getting this opportunistic vibe about here because we have the Ace of Pentacles, but then they're also very intuitive. They have like a healthy combination of a lot of traits here. With the High Priestess, it always makes me think about intuition, about following your higher senses, and next to the Ace of Pentacles, which is more of a practical aspect of new opportunities, material opportunities, it makes me think that they're very balanced in both of their intellectual gifts and materialistic aspects of their personality, basically. I think they're also quite confident, yeah. They might come a little bit proud, although you probably won't see it. It's not an arrogant proud, it's just they have this very attractive confidence about them, and you will notice this. I do assume, because I'm feeling, this is the picture I'm getting in my head right now, but I assume most of you would have a person whose hair is brown, more to the darker shades brown, most likely, but it doesn't have to be. And for some of you, it's very specific, just some of you could be curly too. Yeah, but very few actually. This person is somebody who has a vision. And I feel like they're also quite lucky. I think they might be not even realizing it, they might be good manifestors, so things just come towards them. Like, they will notice that there are a lot of opportunities, and they're quite brave, so they won't, like, let them go. They will take on those opportunities. In terms of their looks, once again, I do feel like they have some darker features. It could be the hair color, actually. I feel like a very healthy here balance of masculine and feminine energies. Like, they feel very complete and balanced. They're really in touch with their intellectual and emotional side. Well, emotional, more like intuitive side. But also they quite have like this practical and good understanding of how the world works around them. I do feel like they're an air sign, and I do feel like they're really good with communication, actually. Whether they like it or not, people might get drawn to them. Okay, let's get one more card and see what else can we see here. Creative spark, nice. Okay, they might be a creative individual. In the back we have the rebirth and the communication, so they are a good communicator. The rebirth makes me think about them actually being very reflective and taking on a lot of chances and opportunities in their life, I think. So that shapes them up with each stage, if that makes sense. The creative spark. The creative spark makes me think that they have a very creative mindset. Yet, despite that creative mindset, despite that intellect, those social skills, because I feel like they have them. I think they're just intellectual, so they know how to behave around people. So people actually like them, not just because of that, but they're very charming because they know how to be around people. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which makes me think that regardless of everything, they're quite practical. Another aspect I'm getting here is that they will find opportunities when there's like none. This is just for some of you, but I feel like this is a message with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, So we're just gonna get this one. She who questions, curiosity, destinies, and search. So yeah, this kind of matches really well with the personality. They are a curious spirit. They're a curious spirit. They want to learn more. They're very intellectual. Like, I'm getting this, like, they might be an air sign, or prominently air signs might be in the prominent charts, like sun, moon, rising for them, because just I feel this very intellectual energy and social energy. So when I say air sign, you could think of Aquarius vibes, perhaps Gemini or Libra. Although it doesn't have to be, I think that might be significant in their chart. On the back we have she who loved once and she who dreams. They have a sensual nature too to them. Although they might, here's the thing, they might come out being a little bit intimidating. Not in a bad way, because they wouldn't make you feel uncomfortable. I feel like they're the person who you really are getting charmed to because they're so good at understanding people. But they might come intimidating because of how they are, because they're confident, because they feel good about themselves, like they know themselves and they feel comfortable with themselves. This is what a lot of people admire about them, and this is why you might feel like you're intimidated, like, oh, this person's so amazing, this person's so confident, how they approach them, there might be even some self-doubt here and there. You might think really highly of this person. Yeah. And have a really healthy combination of both masculine and feminine energies. Let's see, what else do I want to get you? I'm going to get you the Spirit Animal Oracle card. And let's see, what else can we see about this person? Freedom is yours, Horse Spirit. I feel like the 3-3 I've seen in someone before in the back of one of the decks. So yeah, they're a sociable person, just to mention. But yeah, the Horse Spirit makes me think about the fact they're really durable, they're really strong. It's like they're very sensible with people, they're very good with communication with people. They don't make you feel intimidated, and well, unless you don't approach them, you might feel like they are, but that's not the case. And they appreciate freedom. So this also makes me think about air signs. Air signs may appreciate freedom a lot. So they could be an Aquarius, but that's just a rough guess, because honestly, I'm not trying to do zodiac signs, especially since it's a general reading, but it could be prominent in their chart. Anyways, Horse Spirit makes me think about that they're very durable, they're very graceful at the same time. That's how you would perceive them, graceful, confident, and they're very strong too, and they're a fast thinker. So they have a lot of good qualities. They feel like you would feel they're really wise, and you would be attracted, I think, to the eyes. Now, there's something about their look. The way they look at people, like there's this, their eyes might be very attractive, because regardless of the color, and there's a color, I think it's most likely a light color, but doesn't have to be. Actually, no, I'm not quite sure. It can be both, to be honest. Darker. It's very mixed here in terms of looks, but the personality is quite distinct. But yeah, they're really graceful and they're really fast thinker. I think they have a lot of ideas, and as of profession, I feel like they have a couple of income sources. At the very least, they will try to different projects until they find the best one that fits them, and that brings them money and the comforts that they want. I feel like they're more to the generous side. They appreciate money, but they're not stingy with it. So basically, they're not really attached to monetary goods, but I feel like they're actually well off. They can be well off. And they have several income sources, or the several projects. They have the leading qualities, so they could be starting their own projects too. Whether that's now or in the future, they might come to think of that and act on that. Yeah, quite an interesting person. There's a lot about this mental part of them. Like they have a lot of soul, and you can see that through their eyes. The point was about the eyes. The one to make is that you will find them very charming, very attractive. Like there's a deep sea in them, basically. All right, that was a lot about them, or maybe not. We'll see how this goes. I will go back to it if I see anything else in relation to the next cards that we get. But we're gonna have a look in the relationship that you will have, guys. So let's see what kind of relationship you will have. And I'm getting drawn to... I lost it. I can't believe it. Okay. Fine. This one. Oh, 9 of Cups. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, let's get you one more. And 10 of Cups. It's a very fulfilling relationship. On the back we have the 5 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. Nine of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this person is either way. So this person's either way, they just walk away and don't even start. Or if they do, they give their all, basically. That's kind of how I feel in terms of their relationship, how they contribute to a relationship. Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups. I feel like this is a very... So here's what I'm thinking. Like, there's a possibility that you will have a family with this person. There is a potential for that. Or at the very least, a very long-term relationship. It's also going to be a relationship where both your values are going to be valued. That's a really bad way of... Basically, each of you guys will value each other's privacy, each other's interests. I think there's going to be interesting conversations here and there. But you have Cup energy, and one of the highest numbered Cup energies here. So it's going to be a very loving relationship. And it's going to be very bonded. And we're looking at soulmate relationship, so we get a really nice soul connection here. The Ten of Cups, it can signify family building too, like as you can see in this illustration. But what it makes me primarily think is that you go from this Nine of Cups energy, which is more like about a very fulfilling relationship, like dating season, and having like this very valued one another. I want to use a word that sounds, it's just somewhere there under my head, but I cannot remember how it's called. Basically, I'm trying to say is that they will value your freedom, you will value their freedom. They will value your point of views, maybe contribute, maybe talk about them. Like you will find each other to be interesting, and you will value each other decisions and point of views and life perspectives, and that's what will make this connection very valuable, because it will feel very rewarding. Maybe they will be even contributing new ideas to you, to your beliefs, to your perspective on life. And I feel like there might be really nice conversations here and there. And then this escalates from this like a dating season, this really wonderful understanding, to something more deep. There is a potential for a family with this person. And there is a potential for, at the very least, a long-term and very nice healing relationship. So even if you don't end up marrying this person, I cannot say for everyone that you will. And we also don't have that enough cards to clarify this yet. But this is definitely a relationship that's going to leave a very long-term and very nice and very soothing, it's going to be like a very soothing and nice and happy part of your life, basically what I'm trying to say. But in any case, I do feel like there's a chance for a lot of you to actually build a family with this person. There's a lot of understanding, there's a lot of sensuality here. You understand each other, you value each other's point of views, as I said before, and like perspectives in the world, interests. You don't try to change one another. You appreciate one another and you contribute to one another's personality. All right, what should I get you? I'm gonna get you these cards here because this is calling out to me. So, how is your relationship gonna be like? Oh, door to romance. 333. Okay, the 333s are repeated all the time. I saw it somewhere on the back of one of the decks. I can't remember. I'll rewatch it later. But so here's the thing. If you see repeated numbers 3-3s, this could be a sign that you're getting closer to this person. If 3 is a number that has been popping up in your head or in your environment quite often, this could be a sign that this person is quite close, because we have a lot of it here. I just got the goosebumps, so yeah, that could be confirmation here. Another thing is there's a lot of communication here, a lot of understanding on social level one another, which is always a nice thing. Door to romance, came underneath the Nine of Cups. We're talking about like the dating season. This card, I mainly perceive this as the dating built-in relationship season, as this is more like family oriented. So let's see what we get for this one, but we'll skip to it in a bit. On the back we have the action and Goddess of the Moon. Okay, so I think for a long time, guys, not for a long time, but you won't be able to fully tell what they're thinking with the Goddess of the Moon. You won't be able to tell fully what they're thinking, but all of a sudden, like, they'll just start acting. So I think they're a person who evaluates their environment and then they make the decision. So they will hang out with you, they might evaluate the environment, and then, you might even think that maybe they're not interested in you, or maybe they're not, I think you will be confused of what they're actually thinking. It will be really hard to tell what they have in their mind. But then all of a sudden they will start making advances and they will start making actions of affection. And you'll be like, whoa, where did this come from? So, yeah, I think like there's gonna be a mystery season for a little bit, and then all of a sudden like there'll be little hints, and this is where we get the door to romance. Like all of a sudden, poof, it's just gonna open up, and things gonna get slightly clearer. But yeah. Okay, let's see what we get. There's the Ten of Cups. Compassion. On the other side, we have the Courage in reverse and the Truth in reverse. Courage in reverse and Truth in reverse. I usually don't take reversals from this deck, but sometimes it happens that they actually pop up. But anyways, yeah, their intentions won't be that clear, and you won't be able to, maybe you won't even advance either in your moves because you want to be sure how they're feeling. So there's going to be a time, I think, when you just get to know each other, enjoy each other's company, but not really sure what this person is thinking. Because yeah, it won't be really clear until it is. So we have the Compassion here. There's going to be a lot of understanding in this relationship. There's going to be a lot of, and I think I'm looking at this card here, and this is actually the first time I'm looking at this card like this. We have the Cosmos here, and then we have like the Earth here. I feel like they're like, this is okay, there's a lot of messages, but I feel, first of all, the first message that came, that they're gonna be contributing and expanding your viewpoints in life so much. Like if you had an idea, they will encourage you. If you had a thought, they will just, you know, add to it, and you will just be like, wow, I didn't see that coming, like I didn't see that perspective. So it will be a very like very intellectually stimulating relationship. Actually, we didn't have a look into more of a practical aspects, but we'll have a look at it later. We'll add more cards. But anyways, another thing that I'm getting here is that you will feel like this connection was meant to be. It's kind of like you will notice. I'm getting like this, like it feels like channeling here of a sort. It could be also that you will understand each other really well on an intellectual level. Like you might, like the banal way to say, like you might actually finish each other's sentences. But in any case, if at first you were not sure how they were feeling, as the relationship progresses, you will get so much understanding that you will be able to literally tell right away what they're thinking. Like sometimes they might pick on your thoughts, you might pick on their thoughts. They're quite intuitive, so that is not surprising at all. So actually you might be as well. We haven't seen too much in your energy, but they're intuitive. So there will be this wordless, speechless connection of a sort that you don't have to say it in words. You'll understand each other really well. And also this relationship will feel like it's meant to be, like it was like a guidance from the universe. So with this number 3 you might see that kind of things just push towards that to happen, towards that meeting. That can mean a lot of things. So I cannot be really specific because we don't have that much information here, and I'm not getting that much information intuitively right now. But I feel like the universe, you'll feel intuitively that kind of things happen that you end up meeting them one way or another. Or getting pulled towards one another. I want to get you one more card. I'm not sure which one. Let's get you the Romance Angel Oracle cards. Just to mention, I don't take reversals on this one, so whatever comes, it comes upright. Okay. On the back we have Getting to Know Each Other and Attraction. So there's going to be a lot of attraction in this relationship, and I think you constantly will be working on your relationship. So I don't think there's going to be a dull moment. You're going to be constantly stimulating each other intellectually, emotionally. Like you will feel that this relationship always develops into something new. It won't feel boring, let's call it like this. And it won't feel like you got stuck with this relationship. There is an energy here of such a fulfillment and such warmth here. Well, a soulmate basically energy. Okay, I really want to get you one more card. I'm just not sure which one. I might go back to it. Let's just first see how you're gonna meet. So how are you gonna meet? We had a little bit of spoilers so far. Nine of Pentacles again, okay. It came before. But how are you gonna meet, guys? How are you gonna meet? Fine. We get 3 cards then. Pentacle energy, huh? Number 3 again, social circles. One other message you could be that you will meet through a social circle. Not for everyone though, but there is something about the number 3s they keep repeating all the time. Okay, then we have 9 of Pentacles, we have the 4 of Swords, and we have it could be for some of you that you're meeting this person when you're kind of getting kind of like focusing on your career. That you're there's a lot of practical energy here, and there's like in terms of thought, and there's only the Four of Swords, which talks about like a stable environment of a sort, like no action period. So I think you guys might have met, or you will meet, through environment, some with people in more practical energy. So it means in a physical world, somewhere in a physical building. It means in work environment. It could be in a work, school environment, somewhere career, material oriented, with people involved in it for some of you. What did we have on the back and the front of the deck, actually? Let me get a hint. On the back we had the Strength and the Six of Swords. Okay, so there's some sort of element of withdrawing from something, because we had the Four of Swords. The Six of Swords also makes me think of withdrawing from something. Okay, maybe you will just be focusing on your... Maybe you're going to be focusing on your career more at that point of time. And that's where you meet. I think this connection is going to happen when you're actually focusing on yourself, on your career, most likely, on your own well-being, maybe on your studies. I don't think this connection is going to happen. You won't be waiting for this. I don't think that connection is going to happen like, very intentionally. Here's what I don't feel here. It won't be, most likely for a lot of you, it won't be from like an intentional search for a partner, which basically means like maybe you get registered in Tinder or one of those apps. It won't be from there. It will be in kind of like a coincidental meeting of a sort. In a physical environment somewhere, possibly where there is social life there. Could be also social media, actually. For some of you, it could be social media. It could be an environment of where you study. It could be your work. You're meeting this person actually not through you don't deliberately go to, I don't know, a dating agency, or you don't register yourself on dating platforms. This is not how you meet. Okay, let's see, what else can we see? Oops, no. We want one card. So, how do you guys meet? This one. Spark. On the back we have Wizard of Awareness and Peak of Joy. We have number 7, which makes me think about coincidences, lucky changes. Why is it so confusing to get information here? Okay, fine. We're not giving up. We're gonna get one more card here. Life purpose, then answers, and career. Okay, all right. The reason why it felt so confusing is because it was not just career. I think it's more like when you focus on your life progress, because I was trying to shrink it into one, but so that makes sense then with the spark and all this like joy, peak. You're trying to kind of, okay, this is interesting. This is not the first pile that got that. The previous pile also got the circumstances where, in that case, when they were trying to change up their life. In your case, it's kind of similar when you're trying to find your life purpose, when you're trying to work on your career, because we have the answers in the career and then the life purpose. So this makes me think about a time period when you're trying to focus on your career, on your life, on your profession, kind of on your contribution to the world, and try to find yourself. So perhaps this Four of Swords that before I felt has to do with your relationships. You're not going to be focusing that much on finding a romantic partner. You might have thought eventually about it, but I think when you meet, it's going to be through this journey of your self-exploration, finding your own purpose in life. And that means most likely in this case, career-oriented, profession-oriented, something that your kind of like contribution to the world. Maybe figuring out what you want in life, because we had the Wizard of Awareness and then the Peaks of Joy. So yeah, figuring out what you want in life. So they will appear probably as a reward. And it's quite interesting. This is the second pile that I'm seeing this. They will appear in a period of time when you're discovering yourself and working on your life purpose of a sort, on your career, on your contribution to the world, on what you really want to do, what really sparks the joy inside of you, what really interesting. I guess when people are very honest to themselves with their inner self, this is where their gifts, their life things are coming to them, because it's the second group that when you discover yourself and you being honest about yourself and you pursue what you want, then is like when the soulmate is coming, which technically soulmate is somebody who is supposed to be very like soul bonded to you and very connected to you on a mental and emotional level, intellectual level. And it's very like yours. So I think by being honest to yourself, guys, for all of the piles, I guess, you attract what's best for you, and this is where the soulmate also pops up in this pile as well. Okay, let's see, what else can we see? But yeah, a small hint, when you're going to be focusing on your life purpose, when you're going to be finding your own thing that sparks joy in you, probably in terms of career, in terms of your profession, contribution to the world, your life purpose. This is kind of how they just pop in. I don't think you're going to be focusing on finding a romantic relationship at that point of time, though. Okay, let's see what else can we see here. Show the world the real you. So yeah, about being real, about being yourself, showing the real you. The full moon makes me think about completion here, about like being honest to what you want. And Aquarius is a very, Aquarius. Yeah, there might be an Aquarius, but it's an air sign, so it could be that some of you, either by you or the other person's Aquarius, most likely it's talking about them. And it could be, if not their main sign, like their sun sign, it could be their moon or rising. Something that is really prominent in their way of thinking and behaving. Could be Aquarius. So show the world the real you. Once again, about being honest about yourself, about being honest who you are, and how you contribute to this world. Contribute to this world. This is a very interesting phrase. I don't usually use it, just it keeps coming to my mind. I guess because of the life purpose. On the back, we have the step out of your comfort zone, and then you are good enough. So yeah, self-exploration, reaching your goals. I do feel like you'll finally know what you want to do at that point of time. At the very least, you feel like there's something that really sparks the fire in you, so you're going to pursue that. When things feel right in terms of your life purpose, career, when you feel like you found the right path, this is when they're actually going to appear. Like an extra nice bonus gift. And they're going to contribute to your world. They're going to be very supportive, by the way. This is another thing that I probably forgot to mention. They're going to be very supportive of all of your ideas, of what you want to do. They're in generally a very supportive person, but they're not that easy to devote to somebody. So I feel like I'm going to go back to it as I promised I would. And here I am. But if you look at those two cards, I feel like this is how they are. Like, I mean, it looks a little bit arrogant here, but that's not what I'm trying to say. They look very wise and like they observe the situation before they actually make a move on it fully. So they will observe you and they will make the move once they're very sure. So that means that there won't be like ups and downs in this. I mean, there might be a couple of ups and downs in every relationship, that's the case, but the point is they're going to be very devoted. And they might actually even get kind of like charmed by how devoted you are, or by your true self, how you are. Because I feel like this the energy here of observing you, like a little bit from a distance. We had like the moon, I think, on the back of one of the decks. Yeah. So you won't be able to tell what they're thinking at some point of time, but they're going to be like just trying to understand you. They will find you really interesting. You probably won't be able to tell that though at first. Anyways, let's see what else can I see. I'm going to add you one last ones here. This is the monkeys, and see what else can we see. Rich, good gentleman. Ooh. And this one here. And good gentleman. On the back we have work occupation, so it could be that you meet during that time or through work, and expected money. There's a lot about money. So yes, remember I told you that they have the potential to be well off. They do have the potential, and I think they will use that potential. Regardless of their gender, I think that talks about them. And they have actually this gracefulness. I'm looking at this, they're quite graceful. They're very intellectual. I'm again repeating myself, I guess, what I said before. Graceful, intellectual, very intellectually. Like, I'm looking at those two pictures, I'm thinking like how their eyes would look like. You would look at them and you would feel this charm of a person who is smart, charming, wise. And yeah, they might be actually well off. Isn't that great? That's great. That's a cool bonus. But in any case, I do feel like there won't be somebody who will, like, they won't let themselves be without a penny in their pocket, basically. Even if they did in the past, in the long term, there's somebody who can earn quite well if you were curious about their financial situation. Yeah, and good gentlemen, they're the full package of a sort. Like, they're intellectual, they have like this balance, that's what I'm trying to say. They have like this very nice balance. If you wonder whether at that point of time they might be single when you meet them, it's probably because they're just take their time to find their partner. That's probably what they'll take their time to observe you, spend time with you, and then all of a sudden you will just get actions from nowhere, like we had in the back of the deck. I think it was the Energy Oracle. Yeah, we had like the moon. You won't know for some time what they're thinking. Like, there will be like a mystery to you, and that's going to be also an appealing charm about them. And then the action, which is moves. All of a sudden, like, you will see them making some advances. And you will make them probably some advances too. It will just be very balanced and really loving and compassionate relationship here. Okay, that's it. It was a long reading, I know. I warned you. It wouldn't get that short. It's a soulmate reading. But I hope you enjoyed it, nevertheless. Let me know what resonated, what didn't. Also, feel free to subscribe and like. That really helps the channel a lot, actually. And if you like this video about the soulmate, I have also an older video if you haven't checked it out yet. If you feel pulled towards any of the piles of the older video that I made, feel free to check it. There might be some things that you actually see complementary to this reading, or some things that overlap. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the case, if you actually get drawn to one of the piles from the other reading. But yeah, that's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, Growbird Series. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the carnelian stone here, then this is your reading about your soulmate and all about them. Their looks, their personality, their how your relationship is going to be like, and then we're going to skip to the last part, which is how you're actually going to meet them. So yes, I'm giving you first how you're going to be with them, and then how you're going to meet them. Just because I found it to be, it might pique your interest a little bit more once you see how wonderful your relationship is going to be like with this person. And I expect it to be wonderful because this is a soulmate reading, so far all of the readings were really optimistic. So I'm being very optimistic about this one as well. That being said, let's get started. Please get cozy. This will take a while for sure. But yeah, get your favorite drink, get your favorite treat, get cozy. We're shuffling camera and we're starting. So, group number 3. What can we see about your soulmate? Who is your soulmate? Knight of Pentacles. And the Four of Cups. Okay. In the back we have the Six of Cups and the Seven of Wands. How interesting. Okay. You might know this person. For some of you, not all of you, you might have history with this person. This is why the Four of Cups pops up here. This might be that you have known this person, but things may not have gone as you wanted them, because we have the Seven of Wands here. You have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups mainly makes me think about the past experiences, about rosy memories. You can see also the children here, so you can talk about children, but it could be that you know this person from a young age. The Seven of Wands makes me overly think about like struggles, like when you really have to push through. And this makes me think about the Four of Cups. Now, this could be that this person felt unapproachable. It could be that this person's excessively ambitious, by the way, and that they wanted a lot in life and they focused really little on their emotional side. So maybe that's what things didn't work out before. I do feel like for some of you, it could be a connection that you already had with this person, and that's where the Four of Cups comes. Now, there might be an opportunity, obviously, because we're looking at this reading, that they will come back to you again. Because we have this cup, like it just flies from nowhere to this person here, and you will be thinking whether you should accept them or not, even though you might feel a pull towards them. In terms of their personality now, yeah, they're really ambitious. I feel like they're very confident, I guess, very strong, and quite passionate, fiery. So they could be I'm getting between earth signs and fire signs. It could be like both of those impact their chart quite a bit. But yeah, they feel very fiery, ambitious, confident. And I'll add more cards. I'm getting a couple messages, but I want to be sure what I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm gonna get you one more card about this one. Okay, nurture. On the back we have the reverence and ambition. They're ambitious for sure. And then we're gonna get one more card here. Oh! So, what else can we say about this person? Apart from what we saw so far. The back we have the she who surprises and she who regrets. I feel like they might come from nowhere, actually. I think it's a connection that has happened before. Maybe in the past, they just were ahead of their time. They just wanted to try a lot of things. They were really ambitious. They wanted to try this and that. And somehow they were really neglecting relationships. So they didn't really put much emphasis on it. They wanted to try and explore the world. Maybe they wanted to become rich. Maybe they wanted to... There's like this very fiery and practical aspect about them. And with this she who knows, it could be that this is a person who you know. Yeah, there's a strong message here that I'm getting that this is somebody you know already and somebody you might have known before. And with the nurture, it makes me think that this relationship, I feel like over the years, they changed. It's a very specific message so far, so I hope you were able to resonate so far. If you are, let's keep on going. If you're not, maybe there's a different pile that calls your attention more. But yeah, we have the nurture, we have the she who knows. That makes me think that over the time, once you reconciliate, they're gonna have made such a big journey, actually. They're gonna come much more... They'll have much more wisdom. I feel like in the earlier years when you met them, they were just looking out to explore the world, try new things. Like, they were not very serious, and they were not taking the relationship perhaps too seriously. But when you reconciliate again, it feels like they come with a sort of knowledge of what they want. Their values kind of changed, and they treasure relationships more. They kind of have explored and seen the world and tried this and that. So they come to you, they meet you at the moment when they're feeling more... when they're feeling more aware of what they really want and they feel like more calm. There's like this element here at the beginning that they're really like hectic to just try to see the world, experience this, that. They might be very outgoing. And then like over the years, they kind of gain this wisdom. They gain more, they calm down even a little bit more. They get like this nurture sort of feeling about them. Let me get you one more card here. It's a very complex person, actually. Let's see. Sing your own song. Okay, number 3. In the back we have the Panther Spirit. Oops. The Panther Spirit, reclaiming power, and the Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Okay, that's a contrast. So with this sing your own song, it makes me think about, first of all, there are people's people. Yeah, number 3 here. But also that they kind of want the best in their life, and they are free spirits, so they want to explore. This is like the idea I'm getting about this person. So, and this is related to their earlier years. So possibly when you meet them, they're going to be more of this nurture and this Yelena person, she who knows. Possibly when you meet them, they're going to be a bit more in touch with their inner values, with their sensual side. They'll be more appreciative and will have calmed down a little bit when they've seen the world. But I think in their early years, they're kind of like, you would think of them more like an extrovert, kind of like the people's person, somewhere in the middle of attention. They might actually want attention. And yeah, they might be also craving this independence in all senses of the word. What else I was thinking? There was also some information that they might actually have darker features. And if we're talking about a man, I would imagine them to be kind of masculine, or at the very least acting the part as masculine. If it's a woman, it's a very strong-willed woman with most likely long hair, darker tones to hair, like darker brown, could be brown eyes. But yeah, and very independent in the beginning. And this independence comes from the craving of wanting to be trying a lot of things, wanting the best in life, very ambitious. Kind of like this idea of, why should I settle on one thing? I should try everything And then this mindset actually changes, and it's possible by the time you meet them, they're going to be a little bit of a different person. So if you resonate with the later messages, you might actually want to ask them, and you might actually be surprised about their early childhood or whatever, how they were. But yeah, as time goes by, they get more wise, I guess. There's this like childhoodness before about them that just wanted to, this childness, this kind of like wanted to explore around, wanted to try new things, like, you know, this mischief of a sort about them. And as time passes, they gain this wisdom, knowledge, they get more grounded and calmer, actually, and they want something more deep and more sensual in terms of relationships. So when you meet them, they'll be a devoted person. They'll be just somebody who wants something secure, nice, and real. So if you know this person before, you might see them very differently when you meet them again. Let's get one more card actually from these ones. We'll get you the monkeys. One more card from these. High honors, okay. Then we have the journey and the court. What makes me think is that they might have been even away from their original place where they grew up at because they want to explore the world. I keep on repeating this because this is just a message that keeps on coming into my mind all the time. But the high honors makes me think about, again, like, look at these pictures. Also, like with this crown here, there's somebody who wants the best in life, and they're quite prideful in a way, not in a negative sense, of course, but, you know, they might have like this presence about themselves. In terms of zodiac signs, what it could be representing this transition kind of, so there could be a couple of signs that I'm thinking of. They could be, and they're really different, and I don't think it has to do specifically with an element, fire, water, but it has to do specifically with the star sign. So they could be Leo, Aries, or yeah, Leo, Aries comes to my mind because they're very like leadership type of signs, and that makes me think about this attitude of them that they have in the early years. So yeah, they could be Leo or Aries. They could have those in their chart. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's fire energies. Both are fire signs. So yeah, they could be a fire sign. But I also think they could have placements in their chart in terms of like more earthly signs. Could be Capricorn too there. Because we have this, I have this energy here about them that they're quite ambitious. So they kind of work oriented too. I get this idea about Capricorns quite often. Okay. That's being said, let's hop to the second part. And now let's have a look into how your relationship is going to be like for this very interesting person. Okay, you might have actually known this person. Okay, the Page of Swords, and then we have the Six of Wands. So if you know this person, and if you met this person before, the relationship that you build afterwards is way different from what it was before. Because the Page of Swords always makes me think about when you just move ahead while looking at the past, which makes me think that there is a past to look at, and there is like a contrast and a difference between then and now. And then we have the Six of Wands. It translates to Six of Wands, which is about triumph, about feeling like on top of your game, about like very win-like outcomes. So it might feel like before the relationship was a little bit rocky, or like, yeah, it doesn't feel like there was a devotion or seriousness before, but it's such a huge difference as how like they change over the years, how the values change, how they become more devoted. The one very devoted relationship, they become more loving. They are actually more in touch with their sensual side. And here's like, you can see the difference with the Page of Swords translated to the Six of Wands. Like all of a sudden this triumphal, this much better and uplifting energy. So you will be surprised on how they turn out to be. On the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups and then the Wheel of Fortune. So the Ace of Cups makes me think about new beginnings, about new emotional beginnings. So yes, it could be that you restart over with this person. And on the back, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which might actually happen quite unexpectedly. So the way you get to meet one another could be from a lucky twist of events. And then you'll be surprised on how they change over the years and how their values changed. And you might give them a chance, but you will still be thinking. I think this also refers to you in the moment when you meet them. You might still be thinking whether they're still whether it's worth it, whether, like, because you remember how they were before. Not that they were bad, but they were just like, very adventurous and exploration oriented, I guess you can say it like this. And they change over the years a lot. But let's see, what else can we add? Actually, I'm gonna add you the energy oracle cards. So how is your relationships gonna be like? Okay, we have the goddess of the moon. And then we have on the back a woman holding a heart and the sun. Okay, so the relationship is going to be actually, the sun also associates me with the Six of Wands, like this uplifting, optimistic energy, like triumphal, feeling on top of your game. And the woman holding the heart. With number 4, I feel like you're going to be holding their heart, regardless of your gender. But at first, when this starts off, I think that you're not going to be very sure about how they are. There will be a time when you need to get to know them better, how they developed, how they changed over the years. Because with the goddess of the moon, it makes me think about things that are yet to be explored and not known yet. There is still a lot of mystery, and since it's underneath the Page of Swords, it's kind of like related to how they used to be, the past. It kind of relates to the past. So to move on, to move forward, reflect on the past, but like get to know how they became right now. And if I had to say how the relationship is going to be like, because we had the woman holding the heart and we had the sun, it's going to be a very uplifting and very nice relationship. It's going to be very different from either way what you experienced before or what you expected it to be. It's going to be very triumphal. It will feel like a right choice in every possible aspect. And that's really nice. Like when people can actually, show this much progress over the years. This is precious. Okay, let's see, what else can we see? Boundaries. Okay, yeah. So the boundaries in reverse. Once again, I think you're going to be a little bit resistant to get back with them because you're not going to be sure. You remember how they were. Maybe there were some not really nice experiences with them. But in reverse, underneath the Six of Wands, it makes me think that you will overcome this. Like you will overcome this once you get to know them a bit better. Once this moon phase is kind of like faded away and you have a little bit more clarity of how they are, this is where the relationship is going to get like you just, the relationship basically in overall looks really devoted, although at first you will have your doubts. And the sun can also indicate clarity. And since we have the woman holding the heart in the back, it can be that when the clarity comes through, like you will finally trust them and the relationship is going to feel very uplifting, very trusting, very nice, like rewarding. That's the feeling I'm getting with the Six of Wands. On the back, we have the commitment, and on the other side, we have love. Okay. All right. So we have the commitment and we have love. So this is what comes after you give them a chance, after like, I do feel like you know this person. Or at the very least, you know about them, how they used to be. Anyways, and yeah, once you kind of give them a chance, you see that they have changed and they actually are up for commitment. They're appreciating their inner values, like their sensual sides. They're expressing them much better. And there's love, there's commitment. It feels very secure, very rewarding, and very loving. Like they're going to be very devoted, I feel like. And there's going to be obviously a lot of love there because we had the woman holding a heart in back. But that comes after getting to know the person, the new person, a little bit better. Let's see what else can we see. I'm going to add you one more card here. Purification. On the back we have blessings and stand still. Okay. So, purification. Again, I think about the fact that, moving from the previous image, moving to something, to the new image of how they actually are. It's a very specific reading. This one is very specific about literally a person who you might actually know or know about. I really hope you guys can resonate. Okay. Let me see when you meet and how you meet. And then we're going to go back and see how your relationship might be with this person. Even like explore maybe a little bit more hints about that. So how are you going to meet this person? The Magician. Okay. And the Four Wands. Wow. Then in the back we have the Death, and then we have the King of Cups. This person changed so much through the years. They calmed down, they got so wiser. They're And the Magician is just another aspect that hints that out. The Magician is somebody who changes, like, can change anything. It's a card that, in any crisis situation, they have the power to change themselves, change their environment. It's also a manifestation card. But when it comes through here, and it comes in a lot of readings as a card of a lot of power in terms of changing. And we also have the Death on the back here, which talks about inner changes. I perceive Death as inner changes, and the King of Cups, which clarifies and confirms that this inner changes, because it's mainly connected with your inner sensual side, water, emotions. So yeah, 4 of Wands and the Magician. So how do you meet? You meet when this person has already changed a lot, and possibly through your, it could be a reunion of a sort. It could be either way, a reunion, maybe a school reunion if you knew this person from school. It could be a reunion in the university. It could be that you meet them in some sort of establishment. It could be this person, because we had some hints about journey, traveling. It could be that this person was away for some time and then they come afterwards back. And this can signify sometimes home. It can signify celebrations, sometimes weddings, but it can also signify home. And what I'm thinking is that they could be coming back home fully renovated, let's say it like this, fully rejuvenated, completely different. And I'm getting this idea of that they matured, they got this wisdom, they got more, they build values, and they want something more secure. So they explore the world and then basically come back to their roots of a sort. This is how it feels like here. So it could be that you meet through an event, that's possible. It could be that you're meeting through a reunion. But the 4 of Wands with the 4 specifically makes me think about an environment that could be familiar to you, or somewhere where you used to know this person. It could be also signifying home, like they're coming back to their roots where they came from before. Or you meet in an establishment, in a setting where you used to know this person, or somewhere where you meet them, or I feel like for a lot of you this could be a familiar place. In any case, it's some sort of establishment, and it could be some sort of reunion, celebration, home. It feels like when they arrive, like they feel like the Magician, they're completely different, they're completely changed. There's a lot of like this inner change, like they just appear to be very different. So if there's this element of surprise, I just think it could be some sort of reunion. It could be some sort of, or maybe just, I feel like this is also a lucky meeting. It is not an intentional one. It's kind of like you meet them. It just happens that you meet them. Okay, let me shuffle you these Enchanted Map Oracle cards. And I'm gonna get you one card about them, how you're gonna meet them. So how are you gonna meet them? Magic Stream and Wide Open. Magic Prayer, Magic Stream, Magician. I think it's gonna be through like coincidences, basically. It will look like coincidences. I think it would just be on the right place, the right time of a sort. It could also be that at that point of time, you're gonna be really wanting a relationship. I think at that point of time, it's gonna be a time when you're ready, when you yourself are ready, and you actually want and manifest that person. So I'm seeing the number 5, which is about changes, about actually getting something changed. The Magic Prayer. It makes me think, for some reason right now, this card about manifestation. It could be that you were asking for this, because manifestation also associates me with water, and when we have the Magic Stream, it makes me think about inflowing events happening in your life, coming into your life. And manifestation, since we also have the Wide Open, it's like about waiting on something, expecting something change. We have the butterfly here. So I think they will come on a time when you actually want them to come. So they will be appearing all of a sudden through different signs perhaps around you, but they will appear when you really want to have them, this soulmate connection, when you really ask for this soulmate connection, when you actually manifest your soulmate. This is what I'm getting here. Which other card I want to get you? I'm gonna get you this one. Maybe we can see anything else. How else can you gonna meet? Compassion. Okay. Interesting. On the back we have love again, and psychic abilities. So psychic abilities, it could be the moment when you try to manifest love. It could be the time when you try to manifest love is when they come. So kind of like the compassion could also be, you see, when I'm looking at this card, it was also coming into a different reading before, and I looked at it from a different perspective. This is the universe, this is the earth, and kind of like, And this could be also you. And basically you just ask the universe and you receive it, like from the cosmos to the physical plane. Basically you manifest your, it makes me again feel about manifestation, about channeling, about manifestation, about asking for that connection. So I think you will manifest them. They will come into your life when you are ready and asking for a relationship and you want, and you're manifesting them into your life, basically. Because I can't talk anymore. We had, again, the love and the psychic abilities on the other side. So yeah. Okay, this could also be a long life partner, in terms of you could actually get married to this person. This also can signify marriages and celebrations. That's another message. But in any case, this is everyone's choice. But this person will come to your prayers if you manifest a soulmate. Okay, fine. You might get married to them. On the back we have religious factor and romantic feelings. Religious factor sometimes can also talk about manifestation, about psychic abilities. And then romantic feelings, you're trying to manifest them and boom, they actually blossom to something more. So yes, fine, spirit. Wedding is also a possibility here. Okay, that was funny. Anyways, let's get you one more card. Meeting. Oh. And number 4, which signifies stability. Again, number 4 here. This is there to stay. Then we have gained a lot of money on the back, and house. House. Remember I talked about home? This might actually be happening in some sort of setting. Why is it so hard to speak now? I think I'm getting a little bit tired, guys. But we're nearly there. So number 2, about partnerships. Then we have house, we have home here. So this can signify, also we have 11s. 11 here, 11 here. Definitely manifestation energy here. Definitely like from the universe, a push towards this meeting. Because this came underneath all of this manifestation that we talked about here. The magician also can talk about manifestation that I mentioned before. And yeah, you're gonna meet. There is a possibility for wedding. Getting a lot of money could be that they're gonna be already well off when they come back home. This could be the message here. And again, twos, partnerships. So they have grown a lot by the time that they either come back to setting, or you meet in some sort of reunion. There's an element of home, house, some sort of familiar environment too. Some sort of familiar environment. Okay, take it as it resonates. But yeah, I think that's it actually. Yeah, I don't think I can feel anything anymore. I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know in the comment section below what resonated, what didn't. I know it has been quite long, actually. Hope you still were able to enjoy and follow it. Also feel free to suggest videos underneath in the comment section below. I am planning to make more videos. I am planning to actually appear more. I'm sorry that it took so much time to reappear. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you feel like it, of course. And I'll be seeing you in my next videos. Bye! Hello, girl number 4s, welcome to your reading. So if you chose the blue lace agate here, then this is your reading about your soulmate and everything we can get about them. So we're going to have a look at their personality, their looks, and everything about them basically. Then we're going to have a look into your relationship with them. So your feelings, their feelings, all that fuzzy stuff. And then we're going to skip to how you're actually going to meet. Yes, we're going to look at how you're going to meet after we have a look at how your relationship is going once you met. Just bear with me. I decided to keep you intrigued. That's why we have this weird cue. But anyways, please get cozy. This will take a while. Get your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and let's get started. Today we're shuffling camera, and yeah, we start. So, group number 4. How does your soulmate look like? Is like, feels like. Okay. All right. So we have the 8 of Pentacles and we have the Death. So in this combination, I do feel like your person is very hardworking. They're a career-oriented person. And with Death, I feel like they work a lot on themselves. They're actually quite demanding to themselves, and I think actually to themselves mainly. So the death card makes me always think about the inner changes that we do within ourselves, depending on our environment. And next to the Eight of Pentacles makes me think about work that they've done to themselves, to their surrounding. Basically, they are very, they're somebody who grows and develops all the time. They also might have a tendency of loving the change, because the death sometimes can talk about like, it talks about changes. It can be also that they really like the idea of change, like new things happening. They might also like maybe changing altering the looks. That could also be the case, because since death mainly relates to me with inner changes, as your inner world changes, sometimes your outer world, well, most of the time, your outer world as well changes, and that can also be that they change their looks quite often. In terms of the looks, actually, I think most of your soulmates guys actually have brown hair. About this shade, maybe a little bit darker, lighter, it depends. Now, if you look at the back of the deck, we have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Artist. Now, this can talk about their nature. They might be actually quite artistic, so... and the Six of Cups can talk about, like... sometimes it can talk about rosy memories, other times about children. In this case, it makes me kind of think like they're really dreamy of a sort. They have, like, this... their inner world where they're, like... They're kind of dreamy, but they also work a lot on themselves. I think they're very demanding of themselves, more than they would be of people around them. And I think they want to achieve a career before they actually meet the person. So this is kind of like the feeling I'm getting here. So they want to focus on having like the comforts around them. So they have like the career figured out, they have themselves figured out. I think first thing they did actually they figure out themselves. And then they obviously want the relationship, but I think they want it once they feel complete. So if this is talking about your soulmate, you will probably meet when they're actually feeling more or less complete, like they're just on their journey to like to success, or whatever this card could be interpreted. It also could be interpreted as they're working on their career at that point of time, and this is when you actually meet them. In any case, they're quite hardworking person, both on themselves, like in inner values, their appearances, perhaps their personality, but also like they want to achieve career before they actually get to a serious committed relationship. That's how it looks like here. Let me get you one more card here, and we'll see what else can we see about them. So we have home. That's nice. In the back we have focus and rebirth. So yes, like a lot about changes. You see the death, the rebirth here. So they focus a lot on changing their surroundings, but also changing their inside. Like they're somebody who works on themselves in any possible way. And back to death, actually, I forgot to mention that it can be a Scorpio death sometimes. Death can indicate that they're a Scorpio, because they're quite insightful. I'm feeling here they're quite insightful, and this is one trait of a Scorpio sign. It doesn't have to be, it can be though. We're going to go over zodiac signs possible later on when we see a bit of a bigger picture. So far we also have the home here with a 21. That may be a significant number for you. But if you add numbers, it also makes it into 3 social circles. So they could be really good with people. I do feel also like like the home card may actually indicate where you're going to meet, to be honest. We're going to look at it later, but that was kind of like a message I got here. But in any case, they also want to work on a place where they can call home. So basically they want a pretty comfortable living environment where they have their own home, but they might actually want their own home, their own apartment, perhaps their own house. And they might also want an environment where they feel comfortable. They are somebody who wants to achieve the work on themselves and the work around themselves, like to build the world that they want. So I feel like there's somebody who, not necessarily this home card speaks to me as like physical home, like it can talk about that they want to feel complete and kind of like, the feeling when you get to home, like you feel relaxed, complete, kind of like you feel like you belong. Kind of this kind of idea draws me to this card here, that they just want to make a comfortable setting, a comfortable life around them, and then invite love into, or in the process basically. But I feel like they work a lot on themselves and on the environment around them. In terms of looks, actually, I don't think they're... So in terms of height, I don't know why I'm all of a sudden thinking of height. I just got this information, so I have to mention it. For some of you, this person actually might not be that tall. So for a woman, that would be between 160, 175. It wouldn't be more than that. And then for men, so I don't feel like this person is super tall. They're like average height. This is like the information I just got. I don't know why, it's so random, but I just got it. So Might be relevant for some of you. Okay, let's get you one more card to see what else can we see. This one. She who calms, stillness, purity, quiet. On the back we have she who stands, and then we have she who prepares. Quite interesting. Those two pictures, those two illustrations actually show a bottle. Yet they're really calm. I feel like they're a really strong person, yet they have a very calm and like they're really patient, and they're not super what's the word? They wouldn't explode, you know, like for no reason, basically. So it makes me think that they're like stillness, spirit, quiet, right? We have this, it makes me feel like they're quite patient. They're quite patient. They're quite patient with themselves. Like they're really hard on themselves. I think that's the case here. They're really hard on themselves, but with people, they're much softer on the people than they are on themselves. That's another thing that I'm getting here. Then let's go to these ones. She who stands. We have resolute, implacable, determined. And they formulate, strategize, and devise with the she who prepares. So they're very determined. Like we can see here, like both are like ready to go to the battle. Both are like fighters. A very strong willpower. This person has a very strong willpower, but they're very demanding to themselves. And I think they go in, I mean, they're really picky with their they're very selective, let's call it like this. They're very selective with their circle, I feel like, with who they interact, because they just want to create this atmosphere of home around them. Like they just want to feel belongingness and like this balance around them. They're really patient, and also I feel like they're really wise. For some reason, owls always make me think about wisdom. So I'm looking at this and I feel like very wise. Yeah. All right, let me get you one more card. Let's see what else can we see. This one. Spirit has a plan. On the back we have the trust in divine, the Taurus, and be playful. So they might actually have a pretty playful personality. They might be actually easygoing. Yet, it looks like, I think they really trust in their intuition a lot too. So there's somebody who just moves forward, because we had like this here, like determined, formulate, strategize. So there's somebody who constantly improves and get better and better. That's why we have the Death. I think there's somebody who constantly works on themselves. Now with the Death card, if I think about looks, it usually makes me think about like dark hair though. So if we're going from brown, I would go to more darker shades. I would definitely think more like darker shades here. Unless they dyed their hair, this could also be possible, because they might alterate the looks quite often. This is also another indication that I'm getting from the Death card. Okay, let's see about your love life, how they're gonna be. And then I'm gonna go back again here if I want to see more information. So how is your relationship is gonna be like? Wheel of Fortune, okay. Oh wow. And then Ace of Wands, nice. Then on the back we have the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Swords, okay. The Eight of Swords. I feel like you might find them quite surprising. Sometimes you might not be able to tell what they're thinking, because I'm looking at this Eight of Swords and it makes me think that sometimes you might have no idea what they're thinking. And then they might surprise you in positive ways, because I'm looking at this, they might actually have more than they actually show. So they might have all this affection here, of like this cup energy, like this full of emotions, full of feelings, full of like sensuality, but they might not give off that much. It might actually confuse you how they behave. Maybe they just don't know how to behave around you, like how to express it perhaps. But we'll see later how this works out in the longer future. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Ace of Wands in terms of your relationship. I feel like when this combination happens, first of all, this is going to be a quite passionate relationship, because with the Ace of Wands, it always feels to me like, first of all, it's fire energy, so it's like a passion connection. So it's a passion connection. There's always going to be something like, you're always going to find something very exciting about one another, because it's Ace we're looking at here. So I don't think there's going to be a dull moment with them. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands, I feel like there's constantly going to be like some sort of new adventures, new surprises happening, and your passionate life, it's going to be quite good. I feel like there is going to be a very good compatibility here. Let's call it like this. This is what I'm getting here. The Ace of Wands is a pretty good card to clarify that, actually. Your passion life will never get boring, basically. And the Wheel of Fortune makes me think that this relationship is going to be constantly like a rolling wheel, like of different events happening. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of unexpected situations here and there happening, maybe like surprises. It might be that you'll be discovering new things about them that you had no idea before. Yeah, but definitely like the passion element is here. Let me get you a couple more cards. I'll get you the energy oracle cards. We'll see more. So let's see what else. Oh, I'm just gonna get this one. Oh, blossom in abundance. Okay, on the back we have the appreciation and the strategy. Again, the strategy. So, the quite thought through person. So I guess if they approach, if they go for you, they go for you, basically. But anyways, the blossom in abundance makes me think about like very prosperous time together. Like the Wheel of Fortune in general makes me think about like lucky, positive impacts and unexpected changes here and there. Next to the Ace of Wands makes me think of a passion. So it's a combination of constantly passionate, beautiful moments together. And the Blossom in Abundance makes me think that more about the life quality actually. If you move together, if you decide to get into a serious relationship, we'll see how this works out later. I feel like you're gonna have like the abundance around you. You won't be lacking, basically. You won't be lacking. I also think that you might be traveling together here and there, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. It makes me sometimes think about traveling because of the unexpected nature that it can hold into. Okay, so Blossom in Abundance makes me think that they'll be quite well off. I think they won't be, because they're constantly they're working on themselves, and they constantly have a plan. Like they have I feel like they always have a backup plan here and there. Like they always try out things, and that makes me think that in terms of monetary situation, if you guys decide to like blend your finances, if you're gonna be living together or farther like marriage, you're gonna be very well off. Like it also can talk from a different perspective here, that your relationship is gonna be like a blossom abundance. In general, since this card came, it can indicate all of those things. So your relationship is gonna be feeling very fulfilled, very rich. Also, I don't feel like you feel like you're lacking something in the relationship in terms of like material well-being, because this can sometimes get in the way of healthy relationships. So that is also not going to be a problem. And I think it's like a very passionate relationship. Like it's always some sort of new passionate endeavor and some travel involved. I do feel like this could be the case. Let me get you one more card. Let's see what else can we see. This one. Well-being, okay. Abundance, well-being. This is a really nice actually combination for a relationship. On the back we have fertility and prosperity. Okay, fine. Your relationship is going to be very prosperous. Like we have prosperity, abundance, well-being. Fertility can also indicate like to not literally giving birth and having a child, but if that's something you want, it will happen. But it can talk about just being abundant. This can also sometimes, sorry, there was a phone call. All right, back to this. So we were talking about the fertility. They can sometimes symbolize a bit of a metaphorical meaning, as in like being prosperous, being abundant. That also I look at it like from that perspective. So basically, you're gonna be very secure. This person, I think, because they're such a hard worker and they have a plan. Spirit has a plan for them, and I feel like that refers to them actually. That they have a plan. They always move with determination and they always work on themselves. Yeah, so that looks like it's gonna be a very, very abundant relationship. I'm gonna get you one of those cards too here, and let's see what else can we see. I'm just gonna be really fast. Voyage. Okay, so yeah, you might be actually traveling here and there. You might be traveling. We have the thriving on the back and the happiness from the other side. So thriving, happiness, abundance, well-being. I mean, all of the readings so far were really optimistic, but we're talking about your soulmate, somebody who fits you perfectly, right? So it's meant to be perfect. Perfect, more or less perfect, but it's meant to be a really happy connection. So, voyage, right? This is what it is, like traveling. And also, if you look at this, like there's this whale carrying the other whale. So that makes me think about traveling together. So doing things together, not just traveling, but in general, doing things together. Yeah, that's all. All of a sudden, I got like a cut of information, so I think that's all for this file, for this group here. Let's look at how you're gonna meet this person. Now, I don't think you know this person, although there might be a slight hint of that for some of you, but I don't have any hints right now that you actually know this person, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see how you're gonna meet. Tarot always does to me. Does that to me. Okay, we have on the back the King of Cups and the World. All right. I'll explain a little bit about that one, but we have the Five of Swords and we have the Judgment, which literally talks about reconciliation here. Sometimes Tarot really likes to play tricks with me. When I'm saying that probably that's not the case, boom. Okay, so for some of you, it could be that you've known this person before. For some of you, not all of you. It can also actually talk about just unsuccessful connections. If you look at it from the different perspective, it could be that you had, both of you or one of you had unsuccessful romantic connections and kind of like let that go, give up on it a little bit, and then all of a sudden like those feelings rejuvenate and you get like a new perspective of how romance can actually be and romantic love can actually be. And this could be that. For others, it could be that literally there was something that didn't work out, or there is another way I'm seeing this. Because we didn't have that much hint here, but then again, that doesn't, apparently according to spirit, that's not a thing. Anyways, it could be that you won't start the relationship right off. So it could be that maybe there will be even a season when you give up on one another. One of you thinks that maybe the other person doesn't have enough interest or whatever the case is, because we saw before when we were looking here that there was an element of confusion. So you were not sure about how they're actually feeling. I think it was Eight of Swords? I think it was the Eight of Swords. There was some sort of confusion. But anyways, yeah, there might be that you're not getting right together. It might be that there'll be a small bump there, and then like there is a rejuvenation, and like all of a sudden you restart from a fresh start, and it's going fabulously well, as you can see here. Let's go first and see the back and the forth of the deck. So we have the World and we have the King of Cups. The World and the King of Cups. There is a couple of things this can indicate, so take it as it resonates. When we get the World, it may talk that you meet this person in a international circumstances, whether that means that you're with international people or you're in an international surrounding around you. You might be traveling at that point of time, or you might be attending some sort of traveling conference or whatever. Whatever the case is, the internationality here is the thing. It could also talk about the person themselves. It could be that they are international, they're a different ethnicity, or they come from a different culture and different country than you do. This could also be the case. The King of Cups, I feel like this actually talks about the person, not much about the situation, but you could meet this person in an international environment and you might actually feel the attraction right away. But I do feel for some of you, it could be that you might not start the relationship right away, or it just might be that you will think that one doesn't have feelings for the other, and then all of a sudden, boom, there is a twist and change, because this person is full of surprises. The relationship itself is like a wheel of fortune here. So, yeah. But I think it will take a little bit to get close to this person, so that makes sense with the setting here. The World, the King of Cups. There was something I wanted to mention and I forgot. What was it? Oh yeah, I think... So the thing is, they might be a water sign. Scorpio, also water sign, so those elements might be actually in their chart. Moon, Sun, or rising. And since we're talking about love here, it can also be in their Venus. So water might be a prominent element, and the Scorpio energy is strong. So they're very perceptive, I think, and they're very deep. Take it as you understand it, but basically that what makes me think about the Scorpio, plus the fact that it's Death card, it signifies Scorpio. Okay, which card should I get you? I guess I'm gonna get you this one. Let's see what else can we see about your connection. So, how are you gonna meet? So we have the Strength, and I'll get you one more. Well, fine. Those two came, so we're gonna have three. That's a bit of excessive, but whatever. So we have the Magical Map Shifter, and we have the Rescue. So we have the Healing of Ouch, Strength, and Commitment. That's quite interesting. It can be, once again, going back to what we said before with you, it could be that there is an element of recovering from like unsuccessful relationships, and that's where we have the Healing the Ouch, that's where we have the Rescue. It could be a shift of perspective, or literally a different country, as we talked about before, because the Magical Map Shifter can talk about shift of perception, or it can talk about a different environment, like literally a different physical place, like a different spot on the map. So yeah, to put it straight here, how this looks like is that they might either way. This is quite interesting. I think it's a very specific message. That's why it's so hard to encrypt it. Rescue, heal the ouch, and the Five of Swords, which talks about the feet of the sword. And then we have the rejuvenation with the Justice. Then we have the strength, again, like recovering from something. It could be either way, this relationship gets stronger and gets back on feet. Or one of you or both of you were going through something unsuccessful, maybe you even give up on trying to find your perfect lover or perfect soulmate or the perfect person for you, and then kind of like they appear at that moment to change that up, to heal that, to rescue that, to give you strength and to rejuvenate you, and then there's this commitment. But there's some sort of element. Now you will have to be a little bit part of this reading and try to feel what you think this could be about, because I feel like this is very individual here. But basically, Five of Swords talks about withdrawal, defeat of a sword. And it has to do with your mental state. So something that you thought about didn't work out. I mean, it can be because it's sword energy. And then we have the rejuvenation here, like starting new, starting from again, beginning again, getting stronger, recovering from something. We have the rescue there, healing something, and then the commitment happens. So it could be either way, yes. You had something with this person before, or you wanted something, but then you felt like you couldn't reach to them, or they couldn't reach to you. Things just got a bit off-road. And then they rejuvenate, and then the relationship starts, and the relationship heals, and it gets stronger. It could be that. Now, as to where you're going to meet them, we had an internationality environment ongoing, so it could be, for some of you, it could be that they were away in a different geographical area. If you know them, if you used to know them, they might be in a geographical area away somewhere. And then once they come back, because we had a change of places, this is how the connection restarts or happens. Let me add a couple more cards. Maybe I can see a little bit clearer here. I just don't know which one to add you, but I'm gonna add you 2 more. Let's get more clarity. Okay, I'm gonna first add you this one. I'm already on it. So 4th chakra, okay. Door to spirit, contract. I mean, the message is quite clear. It's just I cannot figure out the situation here. Okay, so let's get one more. How are you guys gonna meet? Relaxation. Then we have freedom and enlightenment. Beats me. Anyways. How are you gonna meet? I wouldn't say it's from work. It's definitely not intentional. You won't find yourself, although I'm not quite sure, social media? No, I don't think so. No, I think it's gonna be, what do we have on the back? 4th chakra and the relaxation. There's definitely sort of rejuvenation. I mean, from a different perspective, how this could work out is that you meet in some sort of resort. This could also be the case, or in a vacation where you take a breather of a sort to heal up, to rejuvenate. Where was this? Which deck was it? To kind of rescue yourself, to get back on track. That's what the relaxation is here. It could be that you meet in some sort of like resort in a location somewhere abroad where you just, or in the same, just a different geographical perhaps location where you have to rejuvenate, where there's like an element of rejuvenation. But the element of rejuvenation, healing up, getting stronger is very, very prominent here. So it could relate to the circumstances in which the connection develops, or at the place where you're going to be at. Now this is up to what resonates with you guys. Okay, before we finish off, I'm gonna just get a couple more cards. I'm gonna get the monkeys here to see what else can we see here. And excuse the big mess here. I know it's a lot of cards all over the place. The space is quite small, and yeah, I just wanted to make it as detailed as possible. Anyways, let's see what else can we see about this connection. Like any last messages, anything about this person in particular. Pleasant letter. Okay. Great happiness. And remember, we had happiness a couple of times. So this repeats, like this connection, the relationship is really beautiful. Like the relationship is really, really beautiful. Will this one want to go out? And unexpected money. Then we have a change and meeting. So I think you're gonna meet through a change of environment. It could be literally a different country, yes. We had also a voyage here. It could be that you meet in a different location. It kind of, because we had the magical map shifter. But I feel like it talks about more like a physical environment change, not inner as much. But although, hard to tell. Let me know what resonates with you, because I cannot figure out a situation to this. But yeah, as we can see here, there's a pleasant letter, lots of happiness, and unexpected money. With the pleasant letter, it might be, for some of you, if you know who this refers to, and if this so far resonated as a situation where you just didn't get together, something didn't work out, it could be that they're gonna contact you first, because we had also the door to spirit in one of the back of the deck that can signify communication through the internet, perhaps, or through the air, through the phone, basically. So they will contact you. In any case, they will contact you first, most likely. Then we have the great happiness. This mainly, I guess, refers to this part, and also this refers to this part. Your relationship is going to be filled with happiness, and you're going to be quite well off, because we had prosperity, abundance, and all of the well off cards here. You're also going to be able to travel together. I think you will enjoy that greatly. And yeah, some sort of rejuvenation. Well, we'll see how this works out. But that's kind of it. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you were able to figure out with me the situation here. It's quite specific, but I couldn't think of a scenario that this could implicate. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this reading. This is kind of it for today. I know it dragged a little bit longer than expected, I guess. But yeah, hope you were able to resonate. Let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see more of those videos and what kind of videos you would like to. I really want to hear, like, actually, guys, what you would like to watch, so I can make more quality content for you. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more of it, more of this content. But yeah, have a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you in next readings. Bye!